Panda, 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 panda. I got broads in Atlanta, she's just the lean the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the family.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are Fantastic Four.
I am Ira, the invisible girl.
I'm Ilham, the Tinkerman.
I'm Rian, Invisible Man.
I'm Tegar, the strongest man.
We were going to tell you about
Erwin Schrodinger biography.
Let's check this out.
Okay guys, at this time I will tell you about Erwin Schrodinger biography. Erwin Schrodinger was born in Vienna, Austria on August 12 in 1887. Erwin Schrodinger was the only son of well-to-do and well-educated parents. Erwin's father, Rudolf Schrodinger, had attained a degree in chemistry from the Technical College in Vienna and owned an oil cloth factory. When he was not preoccupied with his business, Rudolf Schrodinger divided his free time between painting and botany. He had a strong interest in Italian painting and published several papers in the area of plant phylogeny. Erwin's mother, Georgie, was the daughter of Alexander Bauer, a chemistry professor at the college that his father had attended. Up until the age of 11, Erwin was followed at home by his parents and tutors, and was later sent off to school to prepare for his several studies at the university. From 1906 to 1910, he attends the University of Vienna by a young physicist by the name of Friedrich Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff, the successor to Boltzmann, was a very bright physicist who not only influenced Erwin academically but personally, and they soon became good friends. During this time, Erwin spent an extraordinary amount of the time mastering eigenvalue problems relating to the physics of continuous media. After completing his PhD at University of Vienna, Erwin accepted a position at the university as assistant to Franz Exner. Working with his friends at the time, KWF College, Erwin conducted practical work for students until he volunteered for military service in 1908. It's all from me. Then the further biography will be explained by my friends. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Ira. And the second part. By 1910, Erwin had reserve officer training and was commissioned as a reserve artillery officer. He then returned to the university and was appointed to an assistantship in theoretical physics. Erwin worked at the university until his reserve status was activated and he was called to fight in World War. During the war, he worked as an artillery officer on the Italian front. Amazingly, Erwin continued his theoretical work during the first few months of the war in a number of the bunkers that he was stationed in. What made this possible was that theoretical research does not require the intense results that working in a particle or lab environment demands. One such way of this research was a short paper that documented capillary pressure in gas bubbles. Another such paper was built on the theory of experiment on the rise and fall of particles in Brownian motion. Unfortunately, sometime during the war, Erwin's good friend Hasselhoff was killed in combat. He struck Erwin as a field boss. After the war, Erwin accepted a position again at the University of Vienna as an assistant to Max Beer. Erwin's most important work during his position at the university was in the field of color theory, of which he published numerous papers between 1921 and 1925. Also, it was during this time that he got married. Soon after getting married, Erwin accepted the position of extraordinary professor at the University of Yogyakarta. Shortly after accepting the position of ordinary professor at Berslau, he finally served as the successor to Max von Laue at the University of Zurich for 6 years. His time at Zurich has been marked as the most productive era in which he conducted research in several fields, including specific of solid, thermodynamics, atomic spectrum. It was also at the end of this period that he produced his most famous work, Schrodinger wave equation. Thank you. And the next part will be delivered by Rian.
Okay, Ilham, thanks. Now I want to read and the third part. And this part is, in 1927, Erwin was chosen as the successor to Max Planck at the University of Berlin. Despite the fact that Erwin preferred the country to the proud city, he accepted the position and enjoyed his time teaching there immensely. In 1932, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany, causing Erwin and many of his colleagues to flee the country. He accepted a position at the University of Oxford in England, and shortly after arriving was notified that he had been selected to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. From this point on, Erwin moved around frequently due to complications arising from the Second World War, accepting positions at different universities, including the University of Greece and the University of London. He finally sat again as the director of the School for Theoretical Physics in the Institute for Advanced Studies in Dublin up until his retirement in 1955. Erwin Schrodinger is now best for his work in the field of wave mechanics, especially Schrodinger's wave equation. Schrodinger was dissatisfied with the quantum condition in Niels Bohr orbit theory and from his strong background in eigenvalue problems, thought the problem could be better described as an eigenvalue problem. This research followed Werner Heisenberg's work in matrix mechanics and resulted in explaining the movement of an electron as wave, something previously unheard of. Schrodinger's revelation caused a rift in the academic community that caused scientists to side with one theory or the other. Since Heisenberg's theory was purely mathematical and Schrodinger's theory could be visualized, the majority of the community preferred Schrodinger's. This was later rectified in a paper that Schrodinger published that demonstrated that the two solutions were the same expressed differently. Okay, thank enough for me, and the next will be Tegar, and thank you.
Okay, Rian, thanks. This is the last part. I will continue about the story of Erwin Schrodinger. Okay, we will start. In 1933, Erwin Schrodinger shared acceptance of the Nobel Peace Prize in the field of physics with Paul Dirac for his work in wave mechanics. During his acceptance speech, he noted that if his friend and mentor, Friedrich Heisenberg, had not died in the war, it would have been him receiving the honor. Outside the world of physics, Erwin was intensely intrigued by philosophy and prided himself as an amateur philosopher. His interest was centered on Eastern religions and philosophies. In 1944, he published a book, What is Life?, that included, as noted by some, rather blasphemous writings about Western religions. Surprisingly, in the midst of a very conservative time, the book was published, including many controversial chapters, without much trouble. The book's release caused some expected friction for Erwin within the scientific community soon. In 1956, after Erwin's retirement, he returned to his hometown of Vienna and fell victim to heart disease that was further complicated later on by a neurological condition. Unable to care for himself at home any longer, he was admitted to Lens Hospital on December 2nd, 1960. But not wanting to die in a hospital, he insisted that he be transported back to his home even if it shortened his life. On January 3rd, 1961, Erwin Schrodinger was placed back in his bed, and a few hours later, at the age of 73, he expired. Fortunately, his doctor was at his bedside to hear his last words, which were, "Anakin, stay with me, so that I don't crash." Okay, thanks. This last part about Schrodinger biography. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.